How you going? So to make the hide for your gecko, what you can do is you can go out and buy one of these pre-made hiding holes. This is from Terra, and basically, I don't know what it's made out of, but it should be made out of ceramic, but this is sort of like a plasticky polymer mold or something. Anyway, what I do is, to make the rest of them, get some glad wrap, or some cling wrap. Take some of that, put it over the mold, and then you get some of this, which is some, I don't really know what it is, it's ceramic and it dries hard. I think it's ceramic. You can get them from arts and crafts shops in blocks. It's basically malleable at sort of a soft temperature, at sort of a moist room temperature, and then you let it dry out overnight in the sun without much air to keep it moist. And it hardens up. So what I do is I'll put this directly on top of that, on top of the cling wrap, get the right mold, wait a couple days for it to dry off, and then take it out, pull the cling wrap off, and then you'll have a precise mold of this shape, which is perfect for your new gecko. So that's stage one, making the hiding hole. How you going? So you've got your hiding hole made up by now, hopefully. Second thing you're going to need is an enclosure. I like the Starmaid brand. They are very good quality, tough plastic. They don't really crack like the other ones do. Really durable, good strong stuff, these things. But one of the things you're going to need to do is take the lid, and then you're going to need to get a saw, and luckily on my Swiss Army knife I have just that, it's a saw, and you're going to figure out where your heat mat is going to be, which side, underneath for example. See, this is the thing, I keep my heat mats in the enclosure because the setup I have, it's impractical to put it underneath the tub. So if you're going to put your heat mats in the enclosure, you're just going to need to cut a small divot out of the side, about 1.5 centimeters, so that the cable can go in through the lid and not going to affect closing of the lid, because you don't want it to close and have a big bump where the cable goes in, because then crickets can get out and stuff like that. So that's going to be the lid, and the hole in the lid. And then the second thing you want to do with the lid is drill a big hole in it. I use a drill because it's the easiest way to put a hole in a piece of plastic that I've found. I've tried using a saw, it just doesn't really work. So basically what I do is I'll figure out where I want my hole. If I want it around here, start drilling a hole directly through there, and then as it's going, pull it up, push it all the way around, drill, 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 make a circle, finish up where you started, and then that middle bit pops out. And then you have a rough hole, and then you get your sandpaper, you sandpaper the edges, make it all nice and smooth. Get your finer sandpaper, sandpaper the edges again, make it a nice finish. And you're going to need some fly screen. This is metal fly screen. You can use plastic if you want, but metal is just going to last a little bit longer in case you poke it with something. Pliers, tweezers, stuff like that when you're feeding. And so then once you've got that, you're going to cut out your fly screen to the shape a little bit more than your hole. So if your hole is 10 centimeters across, you want to cut your fly screen to about 12 to 13 centimeters across to cover over that. And then what you're going to do on the edges, you need a heat gun, and with the, sorry, not a heat gun, a hot glue gun. I use a hot glue gun. you just basically hot glue gun around the edges, and that fixes the flask screen to the plastic and covers your hole. And this is what it looks like in stages. Hey, how you going? Guess what I just picked up? The first Amy. It's a female, and she is adorable. Really nice colouring. Some veins. But yeah. So I'll just get my Click-clack out that I made up. Just grab my spray bottle, because when they get transported they usually get a little bit dehydrated and stressed out. So I've moistened that area. I'll chuck a big hiding hole in, and let's see if I can do this with one hand. No. I can't do it with one hand. Hang on a sec. She's out. Out already.